Everybody's got opinions. We want to know what's yours. This is Everybody's Got Opinions with Keith D. Williams, former Wayne County Commissioner and political consultant Skip Mungo. We're going to take what you say and put the whole world on blast. Don't go away.
Okay, we're in Detroit. It's a rainy day in Detroit. Good afternoon. Welcome to Everybody Has an Opinion. I know some of you folks got an opinion out there. You need to call in at 313-395-3336. I'm with my co-host, Skip Mungo, one of the baddest consultants in the city of Detroit. And I'm Keith Williams, former Wayne County Commissioner. And I don't know what they now call me a promoter now still, Skip.
You're a producer. You produce things.
Hey,
you get things done,
hey,
brother.
That's what it's all about. We all get things done.
That's right.
Well, today's show, we're going to talk about what happened to us in Detroit. You know, the last 2 or 3 weeks since we started this show, we talked about the history, we talked about Detroit, the harm that was caused by those folks don't look like us. We talked about the politics, the black folks who was in charge, who led the movement with Kavanaugh to try to make it better for us. That was the 60s. We got up to the 65, 66, then the riots hit. And you know what happened to the riot? It obliterated Detroit.
Yeah.
Then right after that, Johnson tried to do something with Otto Kerner with the Kerner Report.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how it said 2 separate cities or something like that. I'll go back to the quote. But during that transitioning period in the middle part of the 60s, we had the Motown sound.
Yes. Yes, we did.
We had the brothers that drove the 98s, the Deuce and the Quarters.
Right here in Detroit.
Right here in Detroit, the young ladies wore dresses. You didn't see them wearing no pants. The brothers on Friday got off of work. They had their dues. They was getting ready to go to the party. Okay, you didn't see nobody getting killed. You didn't see nobody getting shot.
No.
You didn't see no skid marks in the streets with kids taking cars, riding on
the freeway with it.
Yes.
All that buffoonery.
Buffoonery.
Yeah.
What we saw was love, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love, even when it wasn't a whole lot of money involved.
Yes.
It was just love.
Love.
And you know what I call that, Keith? Pure love.
Yeah, it was pure love.
That's what it was.
We was poor. We
had pride.
We had pride.
That's the difference. The whole world, especially Black America, used to look to Detroit for their styles because it was all coming right out of here from Detroit. You had the Temptations, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. You had the women, the Supremes.
The Vandellas.
Martha
Reeves. Mary Wells.
Yes.
My guy.
All of that.
Yes.
And Berry Gordy.
He was brilliant.
He was. And he had the insight to know that not only did these people need their musical voices tuned up, but they were a little rough around the edges. So he hired Miss Maxine Powell.
Yes.
Finishing school.
Yes.
And that's where the class came
right.
And again, that's who the people wanted to emulate.
Yes.
That's what they saw. Now, oh my God, we're coming to it, but we all know it's a mess. With the advent of cable television and
the internet.
Always say,
Yes. TikTok.
MTV and BET.
Yeah.
They done a lot of damage to this community, man.
You know, I remember, and what was so unique about back in the day, at 3 o'clock, you could hear the engines roaring. Some man was going to somebody's job.
That's right.
Okay? The young ladies, you didn't see too many young ladies getting pregnant. When they got pregnant, they sent them down south.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Hey, they go to be with their aunts. When they come back, they were your
entertainers not to come into the hood and give a concert.
Yes.
Man,
Detroit, everybody wanted to be in Detroit.
Yeah.
The Motown sound, the Motor City. We was on top of the top of the hill
And
back in
again,
those days, man.
And remember, this is when blacks started making money too.
Yes.
A person can go to the factory. We touched on this last week. Person go to the plant, go to Chrysler, get a job. He could quit a week later, go across town to General Motors and get another job. And they were making equivalent to maybe a doctor on staff, an in-house doctor at the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, they were making good money. And now this is where the problem happened in Detroit.
67.
No, I'm talking about an ongoing problem. Now, we had white flight.
That was started in after 1970, they was gone.
Yeah, they were gone. It started in the 40s.
40s and the 50s, yeah.
It trickled down by the 70s.
That freeway system only, it messed up Black Bottom, but it also it was a segue to opening up Southfield and the city of Southfield. That's when black folks, and that hurt the growth of the city of Detroit too.
I was reading about the city of Oak Park the other day. Oak Park was swampland, man. My old man used to tell me about it. Northland was the dump, actual garbage dump.
Yeah,
man. They ran so fast. When you look at those houses in Oak Park, they no bigger than a shoebox.
Right.
Because they ran out of Detroit so fast, man, that they just threw together those cities. The irrigation system, the sewage system in Southfield, completely screwed up. My old man was in the construction business. He knew about all this.
Yeah, right.
And it was just improper planning because they was running so fast out of Detroit.
They trying to get away from us.
Yes, them places went from being little villages, man, farm villages, to solid middle class cities.
But think about this. When I look back on TikTok, I see the Temptations. Remember the pants had. There was skin. It was skin in at the end of them, and you can see the ankles and stuff.
I was gonna say they left just enough where you could see their
Guess
socks.
who's wearing them now? They wearing them now.
Oh yeah, they are. You're right.
They wearing them now.
You're right.
Hey, the Temptations.
Skinny pants with they call them floods.
Yes, the floods. We call them floods back in the day, but now that's the style.
Now that's the style because it was the style back then.
Remember
things circling.
Remember
around.
the Temptation walk?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, absolutely.
Everybody, hey man, them guys were choreographed. These guys
and listen, man, you had guys on the corner that was just as choreographed.
Yeah.
They just hadn't got discovered.
Yes.
The Spinners, man, they from my neighborhood. They grew up. Yeah, they grew up in the projects with my uncles. Yeah. They from my neighborhood. They from Royal Oak Township.
So you said Ronald Isley was from?
No, the Spinners.
Okay.
What was the one name? Billy Henderson. He's my brother's cousin-in-law. My sister-in-law, that's her first cousin.
Oh, I get the Isley. Sometimes I get the Isley brothers and the Spinners. I get them mixed up. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
The Spinners.
Who was better, the Spinners or the Isley brothers?
Listen, my heart is telling me the Spinners. I just leave it at that.
Hey, man, I remember Marvin Gaye lived on Otter Drive.
Yep.
And see, you couldn't live back in the day over on University District or Sherwood Forest or Palmer Woods or Green Acres.
So he had a house on Otter Drive.
Yeah, right. Bad house.
That was Berry Gordy's house.
Oh yeah.
He gave it to Marvin Gaye and his sister as a wedding present.
Yes.
Pops Gordy lived down on the other end, down there by where you live.
Yeah.
They lived on that part. I think Vassar.
Yes.
Yeah. So, these guys was multimillionaires in the 60s and 70s. This is where they had to live.
But, but when you look at it in one perspective, it was all about love.
Yes, it was.
It was about black folks trying to move forward, trying to claim our space. After all the degradation and all the harm that was caused to us, we was trying to do something.
Yeah.
And then my man Coleman Young came in. Coleman Young tried to change the way we envision politics. He was talking about black power.
Power, that's right.
Power. And see, power concedes nothing, okay?
Without power.
Without power, without man.
You got to take it.
You got to take it. And so, back in the day, you didn't see no scared brother or sister. And these back in the day, you had brothers who had guts.
That's
okay, I remember, man, when I was coming up, I had a guy named Willie Blow. Willie Blow lived around. Willie Blow was terrible, man. He was terrible, man. So I'm in the alley on Homer Street in the alley. Willie Blow beat me up so bad, man. He lifted me up. I ran home to my daddy. My daddy said, I don't raise no chumps. And he said, you go back down there. I said, Dad. My father said, if you don't go, I'm going to whoop you. I said, Daddy, I'm going to stay home and get this whooping. I ain't go back down there and get another whooping like I just got, man. So, but guess what? After that, I got to high school. I started lifting weights.
It was a whole different story,
guess
wasn't it?
what, man? The guys, man, was messing with me. I was knocking them out, man. But one thing.
Hey, Willie Blow ain't want to see you after that.
No, Willie Blow the last 3 months after he got killed in the
man.
dope house, man. Yeah. Okay, that's when the biggest thing that happened to us from 67 to 69 and 70, they my grandson 11 years old. I said, Keith, you ain't getting no teeth like that.
Man, my grandson, man, every time I go over his house, if I have
I lived on a street called Homer between Midland and Puritan. So the men got together. They went and shot a hog. Okay, so my father and them, they dug a pit in the backyard, man. And guess what? They cooked the pig, and everybody in the street got sick. Everybody got sick. Come to find out the hog was pregnant, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they got sick. And my father they accused everybody of each other.
A poison.
Poison the pig.
Oh, so that's interesting. You can't eat a pregnant animal.
I don't know, man, but guess they would the pig. I don't know the scientific. So
how did they know it was pregnant? They cut the babies out?
Yeah, man, when they cooked it, man, Hey, I remember Mr. Starks.
Nobody got killed behind it.
No, Mr.
If that was
Starks,
the day, it'd be a shootout.
Hey, man, everybody, and I seen them roast that pig in the backyard. I'm telling you, them black men were created back in the day.
Oh, man.
Man, they was unified. If everybody on the street said we're going to do something, we did it.
Oh, man.
Man,
Yeah.
and one thing I like about back in the day, all the grass was cut, flour was out. You know, the ladies, you know, it was so beautiful about the situation. The women every day was at the fence.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
They was at the fence. They knew about everybody's family.
Yeah.
They borrowed from each other. Nobody went without on our block.
No, mine either.
Hey, and we had a lady named Miss Hanks. Mr. Hanks, he used to be the TV man. He used to have them old tubes in his basement.
I remember
They
that.
had the money. Miss Hanks and them had the money, okay, because they had no kids. We had 9 in our family. The Tobers had 11 down the street. So when we got a little short at the house, my mama gave me a note. Take it out of Miss Hanks' house.
Yeah.
And I said, Mama, why I got to go there? She said, mind your business. Go do what I told you to do.
And that was the end of the
That was
course.
the end of the day.
Yeah.
Miss Hanks gave me what was it. My mama came back.
My old man,
Hey,
may rest in peace. My father was a good man, the best man I've ever known in my life. He was a protector, but he was a provider. My old man was a number man, man. So our house was the house that
my mama had the red devil on the table every day.
Red Devil, that's right, man. 3 Wise Men, Red Devil. Yeah, man, that's right. Them for you youngins out here, them number books.
But that's the number
Where
book.
you have a dream, you
Yeah.
go to the book, and they interpret the dream for you. Yeah.
My mama, to the day she died, she was 85 years old. She was still looking at the dream book.
Yes, that's right, man.
My mother say,
But
hey,
you know what, Keith? Some of them dreams used to fall, man. A lot of them.
yeah. But more importantly, now we look at it, that helped with their cognitive skills.
Yes, it did.
You didn't hear about
listen,
the dimension back in the day.
My
You
father
didn't hear
was
about all that?
my father was a mathematical genius. Fractions. My father didn't even he never stepped foot in a high school. My father,
They had fractions of life.
man, my father could read, write, but he can count. My father used to read 2 newspapers every day. We used to get the colored newspaper come
color,
to our
yeah.
house. What was the colored paper?
Oh, we talking about the Chronicle.
That's right.
Yeah.
We used to get. I remember. I didn't know if they called it the colored paper because it was a black-owned publication or it was
Hold on.
green.
Hold
Remember,
on.
it used to
The
be
green, yeah, that
green,
green
as
book
tint.
too.
Yeah.
Hey, think about this. On every Sunday, about 6 o'clock, my mama listened to Mr. Otis. Mr. Otis was on Dexter. I'm wondering them doing. I said, Mama, why you keep mind your own business? Okay.
I remember
My
that
mama
man
was-
on Dexter,
Mr.
man.
Dexter,
He used to
the church on
broadcast
Cortland.
live, yeah.
On Cortland and Dexter, Mr. Otis.
I remember
Mr.
that,
Otis
man.
giving out the number, man.
Yeah.
And they would say he was talking third and
sure
different
was.
kind of codes, man.
Right, but he was giving out the number.
And I was out there fishing today.
Yep.
You know, and so you had to go to the red book to see what fishing stands
That's right. That's right. But hey, my old man was an encyclopedia of numbers. You could call him and tell him, well, I dreamt about Miss So-and-so.
Yeah.
And he'd say, well, did you talk to her? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's talking to, if it was a dead person, it's a number for talking to the dead.
Dead, right.
My oldest sister still know all that stuff, man.
Hey, God bless my sister soul, Brenda. Brenda, she used to hit all the time, man.
That's my sister.